Welcome back, guys, to Monster Hunter Frontier Z, and today we'll be facing up against the Pokaradon. The Pokaradon is a Leviathan-based creature. He was introduced in G1, which was developed in 2013 of either, if I could recall, it was August or April. And with that update came with a bunch of monsters. I think it came with like 10 new monsters for the G rank and stuff, and it had like 150 new G rank weapons and stuff. So it was a pretty cool update. And as you can see, these are, I believe, the Pokara, and then there are more Pokara over here, which the white and fluffy ones are the females, and the ones you just seen that were going after me like cannibals, or well, I don't think they'd be considered cannibals if they were eating humans. It's a different, you know, it's a different thing. But anyways, this is the Pokaradon, and as you can see, he has the body structure of the Leviathan-based monsters. So it's pretty interesting to see basically a giant fucking walrus, and he's kind of annoying. Like, when I first fought him, he was pretty goddamn annoying. But he does this AoE clap that fucking knocks you out. Unfortunately, I do not have what is that? I don't have evasion up, so I'm kind of like, I have to really time that shit right. So it's no problem. I did do more of my missions, which really fucking helped out my attack power, because when I was doing that Gogamoa fight back like a week or two ago, I was capping my fucking attack my attack ceiling. And it was just doing the max attack ceiling on basic, and I didn't even get a lot of my missions in, so I wasn't doing my full potential attacks, and I was like, oh, that's why. So when people asked me why it took 50 minutes, that was the reason why. Because, like I said, I am new to this game. I still am. I'm still learning a lot of things on the way to go and stuff, so it's just like, you know, guys, just let me do me and just slow the fuck down when it comes to interpretations, because like there's so much things about Frontier that you can learn off of. Like the my missions was a great help, and then not only that, I did not have any offensive skills mostly with that samurai set that I had, so I was going bare bones and shit. So I was like, oh, okay. And then I noticed when I was doing more fights, when I had the ceaseless and I think it's vigorous, I was doing a lot more. At one point, I had combat supremacy up and stuff, and I was just wrecking face against G-Star 7 monsters within like 5 minutes. And, you know, there's some tryhards that are like, you know, I can take down a Zenith in like 5 minutes tops, you know? And unfortunately, I don't have, like, Rush. I believe you get that from White Fatalis doing Tower. I mean, Hunter's Road and stuff. But, you know, I really do like Frontier because it's just so accessible. It's just a big, like, book of skills you can just slap on your character and stuff. Like, I have so many multipliers on this with Ceaseless and Vigorous, and it's really freaking helpful, to be honest. So, it's really cool. Oh, here we go. I want to get that fucking combo in. There we go. That's what I wanted. And it's just really interesting because you get to look at your attack power, your raw, and you can see it increase over time, which is pretty cool. The only thing I have a problem with that thing is, though, they should make a mod where you can at least see your attack. Like, here it is. I'll show you where it is. So my attack multiplier, well, the raw is right there. You see the blue 7, 4, 11, 11. That's not my full potential attack because I need to get the multipliers up and stuff. But they should have a mod where you can put that, like, on, you know, the main screen right here. Like, maybe put it to the side so you know how much potential damage you're doing and stuff, just to keep track and stuff. See how basically how fast I took down that Pokaradon because of, like, all the offensive attacks I'm using. And this is not even all the good offensive attacks I'm using. Ceaseless and Vigorous, there's other ones as well, like Combat Supremacy. The reason why I didn't put Combat Supremacy on is because you really do need certain stamina skills with it. I did have one with it, but I was just not feeling Combat Supremacy, even though I think it was a 1.2 attack multiplier, but it was really, really phenomenally good. But I just wasn't comfortable with it because, like, you know, stamina is stamina, whatever. It was a really important aspect of your fighting, and losing that stamina can really fuck you over. So that's why I kind of just, you can definitely improve on that and stuff, but I just took out combat supremacy. So I was running, those skills I just said basically, and it's either I think it's vigorous. Vigorous, if you are at 100% health, you will gain a 1.2 multiplier, I believe it is. And with ceaseless, what happens is if you attack a monster enough times, you will go to level 1 ceaseless, which gives you an attack boost. I forgot exactly what it is, but if you go to level 2, you gain like a 1.2 multiplier again. So it's stacking more multipliers on. So it's a pretty cool feature. Now, if you guys are done with this video, you can stop watching it, because I want to talk about Monster Hunter World now. I really wanted to talk about this for some time, and what happened yesterday, I wanted to talk about what they announced, and I gotta say, I really gotta give it to the Monster Hunter World team for really busting their asses off. And now, I was talking to some people on Discord about this, and one person in particular was pretty pissed off because how they basically, I told them, hey, maybe the reason why they were shitting out Arch-Tempered's like a machine gun on drugs was because they were working on this side project, which was, I believe it's, I don't want to butcher it, I think it's Iceborne, that's the expansion name. And, I was just 200% just behind them when they released that, because I know for the longest time I was racking on Monster Hunter World because of the inconsistency of consistency, which was them making Arch-Tempered monsters. And it pissed me off because I thought they were lazy about it. I was like, are you serious, you guys? You guys are releasing Arch-Tempered after Arch-Tempered? I was like, whatever, and I had this little thought in my head where I was like, maybe they're doing something else, and I kept by that the whole time, even though I was negative about the whole perspective of World. And when this expansion wasn't even like called on and stuff, I was still hopeful about this game. It hasn't been a year fully yet. It's close to it now, but when they gave the announcement of the Arch-Tempered Kolv Teroth and the Arch-Tempered Nergigante, I was like, you know what? Those are the last ones. Whatever. Those are the last Elder Dragons / monsters that really need an Arch-Tempered. And I was like, you know what? I was pretty impressed with the Kolv Teroth Arch-Tempered, that gives you more weapons to get from, which weapons are important, regardless if they're reskins or not. They're important. They could give you more stats, so let's see what that does. The Arch-Tempered Nergigante, I was like, you know what, just add another one to the list, let's get it over with, basically. And then they released Iceborne, and I was like so just impressed. They earned my respect 200% because I was being very pessimistic about the whole situation of the developers of Monster Hunter World, and they basically just told me, eat my words, basically, when they just slapped that trailer in my face. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna fess up to my dues and stuff. I'm gonna be like, hey, they did what they needed to, and I think they definitely earned the respect. Because this team in particular really, I noticed it now, and it just glanced on me that they really do put effort into this, even though we don't see it. And that was the example, was Iceborne. I would guarantee you they've been working on this or brainstorming on this for months, and they've had the team scrambling all over everything. Like, they released the Devil Joe, they released the Kolv Teroth, which was honestly spectacular. That was amazing. And, the crossovers with Behemoth and stuff, they get my praise. Because it's just like, they really know how to keep a secret. That's another thing I have to give it to them. They really know how to keep a secret. And they really delivered. I honestly do think they delivered. And when I seen that Iceborne and I seen that Nargacuga, I heard that rattling and I seen those red eyes, I was like, holy shit, they were really serious about this. They really wanted to impress us. Now, regardless of the fact this is going to be a paid expansion, I do not give two fucks. They can have my money because they earn my respect, and not only that, they're willing to go above and beyond and take this to the limits. Unlike what they did with Try, they left it at a base game. And I know it was on the Wii only, so there wasn't really much backing to it. But, you know, in Monster Hunter Try, you had high rank, and that was it, really. You know, you had almost the same number roster amount as Try with World. And I was like, oh, please, don't turn this into Try. Even though, I gotta say, Try was a fantastic game. Wasn't one of the best, but it wasn't one of the worst. And... you know, it's just like, I can't believe it. I cannot fucking believe it. This was my goal. I was like, if you can make a new monster, I'd be happy. They already went 200% above and beyond when they released that ice map. I was not expecting it. I wasn't asking them for a fucking arm and a leg. I just asked them for one new monster. And what did we get? We got one new monster, which is Nargacuga. Plus the fact there's going to be more monsters in this expansion too. So... you know, shout out to the development team of Monster Hunter World. Just seriously earned my respect. I don't even care if I have to pay for it now, because I'm just like, and I know there will be pessimists and be like, well, that's a really lazy interpretation. You're just gonna buy it anyways like anyone else and not actually look into the development of the game or the expansion. And it's just like, you know, I'm just so over the whole confliction about World that I just don't even want to argue about it. It's just like they went above the valor of Honor doing this shit, in my opinion, when they released this ice map. And I'm not ass kissing or anything. I just really think that they just really put in a lot of effort, but we don't see it. We never do because they're so secretive about it. And that's how Capcom can be. They're really good at this stuff. So anyways, I just want to say my goodbyes, and anyways, thank you guys for watching this video of me facing up against the G-Rank Pokaradon, and until next time, I will see you guys later. Peace.